Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our podcast on quiet quitting and silent employee disengagement. Today, we are joined by someone with extensive hands on experience in people process and HR operations, Ms. Aswathi. Ashwati is an assistant manager HR, end-to-end HR operations, including employee relations, training and development, grievance handling, recruitment, payroll compensation, and HR strategy implementation. With her broad exposure to workplace behavior and employee lifecycle management, she brings a grounded and practical perspective to our discussion. Thank you for being here, Ashwati ma'am, and we are excited to learn from your insights on how organizations help better understand and address quiet quitting. Over to you,
Thank you.
Kushi.
Thank you.
Hope I'm visible. Yes. Hello. Nice to meet you, Ashwati. Uh, we'll
Hi.
start with. Uh, since the topic we have today is quite quitting, and
Mhm.
it is like a buzzword. We've been hearing it a lot lately, but it's something that sounds more like a jargon. So, what do you think? How do you view this term?
Quite quitting, is it?
Yeah.
So, which is very viral and wide
Mhm.
among all the industries, as I understand. It's not very specific with any of the industries, but still keeping the HRs very active all the time on having an eye on quiet quitters, especially. So, my view towards it is something that there is a gap between the employee and the employer, and because of that gap, actually, we experience quiet quitting.
So, that's actually like a very interesting thing. Like, of course, there's as you can say, there might be a gap between the employee and the employer. But since how as an HR, since the employee lies at a very different level than the HR, like the employee has a manager above them, and so how is HR able to find out that what are the warning signs, or how does this gap manifest itself for you? How you able to say that it exists?
Understood. So, we being HR professionals, so we will be in touch with almost all the employees every day, be it an attendance, or be it a salary, or be it a KRA, or be it any other task assignments. So we'll be in connect with all the employees at all the moments. So, any slight changes with your expressions, or maybe with your energy level, or maybe with your day to day activities, especially for an example, if in case if they are involving themselves in more personal calls, or being very depressed, frustrated, exhausted, certain expressions which they like show during their communications, or maybe the quality of the task what they produce might get decreased. So these are all the warning signs which we can see. And also, we being the HR professionals, so we have to be very much open to the employee, so that even if they find anything discomfortable, or maybe anything, be it any crisis or any conflicts among their colleagues or something, so they we have to be very open, so that like they come to us as a first person, or maybe the first point of contact, to share and also to reveal what they're going through. So this would be the first sign.
So, then uh, uh, since these signs might take some time to manifest, is there any way to be able to uncover it if employees are not openly expressing themselves? Uh,
Okay, so here, as I've told you, so like an employee coming to a HR to express their feeling would be secondary, but still their day-to-day activity, or maybe the work they produce, or maybe the output, or maybe their energy level, will reflect in a very initial stage. If in case, or maybe it depends also based on what reason they are wanting to disengage with the company. If in case if that was because of a personal issue, or maybe among the team members, or maybe a conflict with a manager, or maybe a conflict with HR themselves, or maybe with the the system, or with the management, it depends actually. So some or the other way, so there will be a slight changes which we can figure out in the early stage itself, be it communication, or maybe not being very open for changes, especially. So they'll not be attending all the meetings, or they'll not be interestingly taking any volunteer task on their names, or maybe they'll just try to avoid any such new task which is going to their name. So these are all the early signs which are all primary, and also which need not be very open from their side, but be it a very non-verbal communication which we can consider.
Also, one more question for the same thing. Like mostly in mid mid for employees in their mid career stages, or who find that the work that is coming their way might not be as challenging as it was when they joined the company, when things were new and more exciting. Uh, they might feel more unsatisfied or report more unsatisfaction from their work because of lack of challenges in their work or more monotonous work. So, how do you think that
Mhm.
can be addressed?
So, very frankly speaking, Kushi, uh, nowadays the job roles are not monotonous. Maybe not for everybody at least, because whenever they are working for a developing company, or whenever they are working for a startup company, or be it a product based, or be it a MNC, or be it a big four company, so their day to day activities more will be on taking new challenges, and it should be always aligning with their career, especially if in case if we give them a job which is not into their career choice, then they find it not interested much to participate into it. If in case if a career choice is specific into XYZ, and we are involving them with any risk or challenges with those tasks, so they will never find it monotonous. But still, yes, we have certain works which are monotonous, especially every day we start a work. For example, if it is 1 to 10, so we will not, start from fifth stage or seventh stage the second day. We will again have to go to the first stage. We have to start and we have to end it up. Be it a call center, be it a BPO, be it a recruitment firm, be it a consulting companies, so every day, whenever we get a requirement, we again will have to go to the job portals. We have to search, and we have to get, and we have to do the research about the market. We have to do research about the industry. We have to do research about the company, and every day, day to day, it starts. Fresh as the previous day. But still, here the risk and challenges would rely on what requirement they get. So they'll not get the same requirement what they were getting in the previous day. Same way, maybe the work structure or maybe the work method will continue, but not the work actually.
So basically, that work has become less monotonous anyway, and it also depends on the person's job
Yes.
fit. Shweta, you
Yes.
can take it from here. Oh, she's there.
I will go with the next part. Can I, Shweta?
Yeah, yeah, Swasti, you can take.
Yeah. So, hi, Ashwati. First of all, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So, I would like to, deep dive into the causes part of quiet quitting. So, I would really like to know, since you have been in this, industry for a while. So, what are the factors that are driving quiet quitting? Is it because of, poor leadership, or it is because of burnout among the employees, or is it because of the fact that they are not getting proper recognition from what they are doing? I mean, what is your stance on that?
Uh, Quiet quitting happens more of when they are not satisfied with the management system than anything. Because they are the last point of contact where an employee can go and meet if in case if they have any grievances or anything. So, be it a manager, or be it a co-worker, or be it a director, or be it a CEO, whoever it is, if in case if they are not finding great working with a company, or if they are not satisfied with the management, then this quiet quitting happens. Why? Because if in case if a employee is finding any difficulties among their peers, right?
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
can be handled by a leader, that can be
Correct.
handled by a manager. So they can delegate the task accordingly, or they can monitor their activities, and they can figure out where it goes wrong, and they can like come up with some strategies or solutions accordingly, or however it is. But if in case if a employee is having a problem with the management, okay, so there will be another person who is not their manager, but who is always ready to hear their problems. That can
Correct.
be a HR, or maybe a senior HR, or maybe somebody who is on top of the manager, right? So at any cost, they can go and reach out. So here, even if there is a problem with any of these personalities, most of the CEO, especially maybe the business leader of the company, or maybe the chief executive officer of the company, is always available and ready to hear from the employees. Yeah, it is not that it should go through managers. If in case if they're finding any difficulties with their peers or managers or any of the leaders, they can directly reach out to the CEO, and they can discuss about it, and they can explain what they're going through, and then a specific decision or maybe a solution will be given by the management. If in case if a person or an employee is not finding it satisfied even after reaching it to the management, then this quitting happens.
Yeah, very well said, Ashwati. So my next question would be, how much responsibility falls on the manager or an organization if the teams are disengaged?
That is a very good question. Disengagement is not a one day decision, is what I feel, Swasti.
Yeah.
So it is a
Yeah.
process. A people or maybe a person would go through it day by day. It is a slow and steady process that happens, and the result would be sudden, which we get to know. So, we take the responsibility equally on all the person. I take the responsibility from my side. I equally share the responsibility with the management and also with the manager. But with whom they work a lot should be with their managers. So it should not be a blame which is put on his head, because not every employee would be opening up with their managers what they're going through or what is the difficulty. Because the quiet quitting is not only because of the dissatisfaction an employee come across. It can be because of some better opportunity what they get, or maybe they are not interested to work anymore, or maybe they are not capable enough to work with the role. So they there are multiple reasons for it, and not everything can be blamed on a manager or a management or a HR. But still, we could have figured out in the early stage, if in case if something is from our side. For example, if it is a reason because of a management or a manager, we should have figured out initially. So we share the responsibility equally among the management. But still there are many external factors for which a employee can do a quitting.
Yeah, very well explained. I would just like to, move towards the other side of the coin, which is like quite fitting. So, as you spoke already, that, disengagement is because a particular employee is not well suited to a certain job, right? So, as an HR professional, how should you prevent this and how should you recognize that this is happening?
So is it about the quitting is what you're asking about?
So it is about fitting the right individual into the right job. so that they
Okay.
don't feel disengaged. So, as an HR professional, I mean, how you can identify it and how so that you can prevent disengagement in the long run.
Okay. So every employee's needs and wants would be different. So an employee, be it A, will expect monetary rewards. An employee B
Right.
will expect a recognition. An employee C will expect a work life balance. An employee D would expect risk and challenges than being monotonous, as Kushi told. So the needs and wants are totally different, Swasti. So we cannot follow a specific or a standard method to be imposed on the employees to avoid or to get rid of disengagement. So this is again a process for research, which we have to do and which we have to take anonymous feedbacks. Feedbacks are always available or done during meetings or maybe during any of the discussions, but being anonymous will be able to get more and more um, like transparent feedbacks on a company or maybe on a person. So having these transparent feedbacks, we can research and we can have a discussion with the management, trying to come up with some strategies on what way we can uh, like avoid disengagement, but it should be people specific, not on a process specific. It should not be a specific standard process we imply or maybe we impose on everybody. It never works because consider me, okay? So if I am liking a flexible work timing than a standard work timing, I will be happy if I'm being like able to work in a flexible work timing. So I might be available for working overtime, but still, if it is a flexible work time, I'll be interested into it. Be it a married woman, they have kids, so they would love to have a job where they can balance their professional and personal life.
Correct.
Be it a bachelor, okay, so they are all more fun lovers. So the office should not be a place where it is filled with seriousness. So if in case if you can give a fun touch
Yeah.
to the work activities, then maybe bachelors or maybe anybody who is a fun lover would be interested into. So few people would be, like wanting to compensate their work efforts or maybe their achievements in terms of monetary rewards.
Correct.
So we might have to work on it, be it an incentive, be it a variable pay, or be it an allowance, whatever it might be. And few people would require recognitions. Recognitions can be one on one or maybe among the people. It can be in front of the employees. The positivity what they gain during those recognitions will make them energized and boosted so that like they'll put much more efforts, right? So this basis we have to research on each people, or maybe we can figure out the categories in what way we can implement so that we can avoid the disengagement. So we should not have a standard process for this, but we can be people specific on this part.
Very well explained, Ashwati. So my last question, I mean, having said that you already said that managers can't be held, responsible for disengagement, but still I would like to pose this question. You know, as an HR professional, what do you do in situations or how do you handle the situations where the disengagement is because of managers or like a poor management sort of a scenario?
Okay. As I had mentioned that the blame cannot be
Yeah.
blindly put on a manager, but there can be a reason for an employee to relieve from a company because of a manager. That is valid from an employee perspective. It is not that not that all the managers are professional or maybe like friendly or maybe like a good leader. Being bossy and being a leader is totally different.
Right.
Okay, so many managers would follow the rules of being a boss, but very less managers would be a leader. So it's management's responsibility to figure out whether a manager is a boss or a leader. If in case if they are a boss, then that is again a warning sign for the management, so that we have to work on it. It's not only about the person who had relieved, it is also on the person who is still working with us. So we have to be, precautionary in that way, so that we should never face the situation again. And if in case if it is a real serious issue by a manager, because of which we had lost an employee,
Yeah.
serious actions will be taken, be it a feedback, because like whenever if there is any discomfort or maybe any conflicts or maybe any crisis among the people, the first thing what we do is formal feedback, which is to be provided by the management. And the feedbacks will be one, two, three. It should be with analysis of the management and also the feedback of the employee. Okay, so once after this happens, even after which we get to know that the managers' activities or maybe their maybe the approach is the same, again it will be escalated to the management. So, however, the management is ready for an action, so it will be taken on them. But we ensure that we bring them back to the system and we create positivity than taking any negative actions on the person.
Correct. Yeah. So this is all from my side, Ashwati, and thank you for sharing your valuable insights. Shweta will carry on forward with her questions. So
Yeah,
Shweta, yeah.
actually, I would love to keep this conversation going, but due to time constraints, I guess we can come to the closure of this podcast. Thank you so much, Ashwati ma'am, for sharing such thoughtful and grounded perspectives with us today. Your insights on quiet quitting, silent disengagement, and the broader responsibility of the HR and leadership have truly helped us to understand the issue beyond this just buzzwords. You just spoke about identifying early warning signs from addressing root causes like employee burnout, poor leadership, and the lack of recognition that employees wish for. That they would love to look into. So we especially appreciate your practical viewpoints on preventing quiet firing and the concept of supportive managers and rebuilding employee commitment through meaningful policies and people first interventions. So on behalf of our entire group, we sincerely thank you for taking this time to join us and contribute to this discussion. It's been incredibly valuable and we are grateful for your expertise. Thank you so much, Ashwati.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Thank you.